This classroom video is designed to support teachers learning about the recommendation, explicitly teach appropriate writing strategies using a model, practice, reflect instructional cycle for evaluating and revising. 8th grade students in Debbie Walker's ELA class are focused on the evaluating, revising, and editing phases of the writing process. The focus strategy is using the Using Sources tool. The Using Sources tool is a formative assessment tool that teachers and students can use to provide a focused look at the quality of written claims and use evidence from sources. Revision is distinct from editing. Whereas revision involves making major changes to a text's content, structure, or organization, editing involves making word and sentence level changes. In this video, you will see the teacher models using the Using Sources tool when evaluating an argument. Students work together to practice using this strategy to evaluate their own policy arguments. The whole group reflects on what they evaluated in their own writing.
The next one is, does the writing include information from the sources? So does it have evidence? And what I selected after looking at that testimony, the writing includes one source to support the claim. So the writing's use of quotation marks, signal phrases, and/or paraphrasing is unclear. And number 4, does the writing's commentary connect the source material to the claim? And what I saw was that the commentary sometimes includes analysis that shows how the source material connects to and supports the claim. And this next part here, the 1 or 2 things that will most improve this draft are adding more evidence to support the claim, and adding analysis to the commentary.
So remember, revising is different from editing. Revising makes improvements to the content, ideas, and organization of your argument, not just adding capital letters or commas. It's about really helping your reader to understand their message better.
So why would you say her testimony is effective, or her testimony is effective?
I think her testimony is effective because it provides a lot of information and a lot of opinions, and that really help enforce her evidence.
Okay, so what opinions? Tell me about the opinions.
The opinions.
Is that Lila's?
Yeah. That she gives ideas on how it could better be helped.
Okay, so a solution to the problem?
Yeah.
Okay. So does her evidence support, did you say her evidence supported the claim?
Yeah.
What about her commentary? What did you say about her commentary?
I liked her commentary because she kind of built off of her evidence, and she wrote with the solution, and so her evidence was kind of the problem, and then she was kind of making the solutions.
Okay, so how can we sum it up and write it here?
It's hard to they don't really respect the culture that much because they don't know about it.
Okay, so you think about it.
They were more educated.
And then Lila, these are the 2 things you're gonna work on. Right at the bottom.
I think the only thing that you really needed to work on was to better establish your sources.
Yeah.
I think that your claim is really clear and debatable because in the start, I understand what your claim is and what you're trying to say. And it includes 2 sources, and it does show from the New York Times and then the Maui Now News. And then your commentary makes sense and it connects to your claim. Yeah, it connects to it.
way that I have improved as a writer so far is that I had learned how to use my commentary to connect to my claim rather than just adding random commentary that made my writing seem unclear.
The Teaching Secondary Students to Write Effectively practice guide includes additional information about strategies for the editing component of the writing process. In this class, you observed the teacher models using the Using Sources tool when evaluating an argument. Students work together to practice using this strategy to evaluate their own arguments. The whole group reflects on what they evaluated in their own writing.